Okay, I've been wanting to find a tree that has been moved. Well, it's been broken and placed somewhere. And we're looking at this one. But I want to know how they break it. So you tell me. Is that teeth marks? How do they... What are those? What are these breaks? A tool? See, theirs are straight. Not a chainsaw. Okay, this is brute force somehow. But my theory is they're using their teeth. I think they use the teeth to weaken it to a certain point, and then they can just snap it off. I'll look for more. All right, here's another tree that's been broke off. Okay, it's not too big. It's about 5 feet up, 5 feet high. And I'm trying to understand how they're making incisions or whatever they're doing to break these. Like I said, I think they weaken it with their teeth and then get to a point where they can just use brute force. And then the bottom of the tree, well, the top half of the tree, I think is this one. It seems to fit. But look at these. What would make kind of a, I don't know, it's not really clean, but it's relatively straight. What would do that? How would they do that? And I don't know. And then they weaken it to a point, and then they can just use brute force to bust it off. Anyway, this is the whole thing. And I think that fits right here. Okay, here's another one. Look closely, if you can, at some of these marks and such. Okay, get a good look at that. Look at this. Okay, and I think the tree, the top, is right here. And it's positioned right there, like they like to do. And so we have the whole thing. That and that. Okay, now, this log, I don't know if I didn't look at that stump or not, so I don't know if it grew there and got pushed over. Probably. But this is what I want to look at. The top half of the tree is gone. And notice, this is clearly a clean break. This is not. These are, I think they're teeth marks. I think they're nibbling in about halfway, and then they can just break off the rest. Just look at that. I think those are teeth marks. I think that's how they break these things. Okay, right next to that one, that's one we were just at. Here's another one. And let me get in here. These look like they've been gnawed. And then the other half of the tree is clearly broke. Just like a natural break with force. But that part has got to be teeth. What else are they going to use? I want to take a closer look at this. Tell me what you think. These look like gnaw marks from teeth. From a primate. Yeah, here's a, well, it was one tree and then it split into two as it grew. This side is actually right there on the ground. This one, obviously busted and then angled that way, hanging that tree. No, we're right near a pretty common lake where people recreate, take their dogs, mountain bike and whatnot. I almost think Bigfoot does this just to say, you know what, we're here to say we're here. We're badass. Don't mess with us. But that is pretty awesome. I want to look at this break. Look at that. Those look like teeth marks or something, like what I tend to see on cuts like that. And then in here is the break, and then you can kind of see, that outer area, kind of where it's been cut. That's not human, okay? People are not up here doing this. So I came across this tree. Actually, what you're looking at here is a branch. See how the end is way over there? This is where it came from, up there. So if a branch like that falls, it doesn't land, that way. And if I look at it closely, you'll see a clear break with force. And in here is that break or those gnaw marks. It's just so hard to tell. What do you think? Here's a tree that then broke. There's the rest of it. But right here, this is what I'm seeing on these things. I'm seeing cuts. These are cut with a tool or something. Now the middle is broke. That's brute force. But around the edges, I just think that they're using some kind of a tool to get around it. And then they break it. See what I mean? This is some kind of a pattern cut. Let me know what you think. Alright, so what I want you to notice here, these two aspen trees that have been, can you see that very well? And equidistant, this one. Same height up, broke off. It's just weird. Why do they do that? Okay, so I had to pull over when I saw this. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees right here, all next to each other, topped off about halfway up. Of course, I assume that's where these came from. But that's not all. Over here, big tree break right there. Another tree. It's been broke right there. And if you look inside there, it looks like back in there you can see a tree that's been pushed over. And again, I'm not far off the road at all. 50 feet. is one big tree break. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's another one right there, 6. And see, here's another one. Look at that. It's almost a straight cut. Here's the tree where it, I assume this is where it came from. That's a big tree. I want to show you what a tree looks like that has been hit by lightning. You can see where obviously it burned, but it also seems to have taken a serious voltage and shattered, exploded. This is what a lightning struck tree looks like.